So let's start seated, however you're comfortable. We're going to be sitting here just for a little bit to warm up the shoulders. So Sukhasana or up on a cushion. And just take a few breaths to settle in, noticing how you're doing this morning, not just physically either, psychologically, energetically. And just honor wherever you are as our starting tone. And we'll have the eyes closed or open if you're more comfortable, but just start to relax the muscles in your face, neck, and shoulders. And take a fluid, deep breath in through your nose, all the way down to that low belly. Breathing out from the top of the chest down. We'll just do 2 more like that, nice and easeful. Feeling those shoulders glide down as you exhale. Good. Last deep breath in. On your exhale, we'll relax your chin towards your chest. Use your head like a weight. And if you want, you can go ahead and round your upper back. Just feel that gentle stretch between your shoulder blades. Good. And we'll inhale, ears back over your shoulders. Go ahead and shrug your shoulders way up and roll them back down. Let's do that 2 more times. See if you can squeeze the shoulder blades together as you bring your shoulders down behind you. Good. And then we're going to grab our strap or a scarf. If you don't have one, you're just going to do the movement with the arms without, but it's nice to have something to pull on. So we're going to start with that strap wider than your shoulders and just draw the shoulder blades onto your back. So waking up, imagine you're really strong and you could rip that strap in half. And then we're going to keep your shoulders down. The strap is nice and taut here as we lift up. See how it goes, lowering that strap without bending the elbows. And you might just pause and wait for your chest to open up. If you can bring your arms down behind you without bending your wrists or elbows, great. And we're going to do that a couple times. Try to bring both arms over at the same time. When you come forward, you can round the back. And as you warm up, you might bring your hands a little closer together. Opening that heart center and chest. Good. I'm just starting to oil up the shoulders here. Let's do 1 more. And this time when you get to that sticky spot, let's see if you can hang out there, hang those arms. You want to go deeper, you could bend the elbows towards each other and then re-extend the arms. And we'll lower that strap down behind. Good, and just feel the difference in your posture, hopefully a little more upright. Roll the shoulders around. Nice, and we'll come right into table. And in table, go ahead and take some wagging the tail or cat-cow, whatever feels good on your back. Good. And then we're going to take a few breaths in half dog. And I know we're not super warm yet, so maybe cross your ankles, widen your hands, wide as your mat or even wider, and then let the chest melt down. Forehead or chin to the mat, opening your heart. And we'll take 3 big breaths here. Feel those shoulder blades hugging onto your back. Good, and we'll press through the hands. Inhale, come back into table. And let's go ahead and stretch your right leg back. Press through the ball of the foot. Left arm's gonna come forward just for a moment here to wake up your core. You could lift that back leg up if you're ready. If you wanna go deeper, bend that back knee, reach back for your foot, and kick your foot into your hand to wake up that inner shoulder. If our backs aren't warmed up enough, just take opposite arm and leg balance. And then we'll release arm and leg. Let's come back into table. Take a cat tilt. And we'll inhale, second side. So left leg reaches back, stretch out that calf, right arm forward. When you're ready, if you're taking it deeper, lift the leg up. Maybe bending that knee, reaching back for the ankle. So if you kick your foot into your hand, you get into that inner shoulder. Good, and then we'll release back through table into your cat tilt. And let's hold the scoop. Take any child's pose. That would feel good. Might be nice to round the shoulders, hands back by your feet. And let that breath come all the way out. Good, and we'll reach the arms forward again. Let's go ahead and make our way into downward dog. And take some movement here, walking your dog. Maybe bending the elbows out to the side, hugging those shoulder blades onto your back. And re-extending the arms. Let's just nod the head yes. Get any tension out of your neck here. And we'll start to walk your feet up towards your hands, having a strap close by. We're going to interlace your hands behind you or hold your strap here and let the arms pour over. And I know we're still a little tight, so let's bend through one knee at a time, stretching that outer hip as the hands come towards the floor. And change, bend your other knee. Good, and then we're gonna bend both knees, release your arms, and just let the shoulder blades slide down towards your ears. You could hold your elbows if that gives you some more weight. Good, last couple breaths in Uttanasana. We'll release the arms, take your time, curling up. Really round your back. Good. And when you get all the way up into mountain, we're going to do a couple more with our strap in mountain, just letting the shoulder blades glide up. So coming up to the top of the mat, we'll do that again, holding that shoulder width. But this time we're just going to lift. Let me back up so you can see better. We're just going to lift the arms up, let the shoulders glide up, and we're going to keep that tension on the strap. Exhale, move into your side bend. Just getting a little bit more space under the shoulder blade. Arms can be about shoulder width for this one. We're not going to lower the strap down behind. Press through both feet. Inhale, come up. Other side. So lifting up and over. Good. Just notice if there's a difference. Press through both feet. Keep pulling the strap apart. Inhale, come up. And then we'll release your strap down. Go ahead and move it to the side. Notice how you feel on both sides of the back. If you need to shake anything out here, you could take that gentle, floppy twist. Good. And then let's roll through one sun salute B just to get warm and get our warrior one in. I'm going to take my socks off now that we're warmed up. Good. So we're going to come up to the top, feeling that nice chest open as you move into Utkatasana, chair pose. Draw the upper arms back. Front shoulders are open. Exhale, fold. Good. Let the shoulders release. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back. Feel those shoulder blades on your back as you lower to hover. Inhale, upward dog. Draw the shoulders down. Exhale, downward dog. And we'll step the right leg up. Spin that left heel down. Sweep out and up. Let that lift under the shoulder blades you just felt happen. Imagine you're holding that strap or bring the palms together. Warrior one. We'll exhale back through the vinyasa. Keeping your chest open as you hover. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, downward dog. Second side, left leg's gonna come up. Finding that lift off the hips in your warrior one. Lifting up and back. Good. Exhale back through your vinyasa. And let's take 3 deep breaths here, or half dog. Feel that heart center open. Push with your hands, reaching your chest back towards your thighs. Good. After your third breath out, step or maybe hop up. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale. Bending the knees, lift back through your chair. Exhale, stand. Good. Okay, so now we're warmed up. Let's take Garudasana. We'll start with the arms and then we'll add the legs. You might choose just to do your arms today to focus on the shoulder opening. We'll take your right arm forward, left arm underneath. Wrapping, squeezing the forearms, lifting up. Left knee, if you're adding the legs, crosses over the right. Maybe planting that ball of the foot or wrapping without letting those hips get funky. So both hips are going to reach straight back. 3 breaths, eagle pose. Feeling that space between the shoulder blades, nice and broad. Good. If you want to go deeper, you can scoop in. Taking that balance. And then we'll inhale to lengthen to come up. Keep squeezing inner thighs and arms. Exhale, unwind. Let's just shake everything out. Second side. Left arm's the tree. Right arm is the snake climbing up. Good. And this is your right leg is going to cross over the left. Bending that standing knee. Opening the hips. Taking your version of eagle. 3 breaths. Beautiful. Strong core. Maybe dipping those elbows in towards the navel. Rounding the back. Good. When you're ready to come up, stay active. Squeeze and lift. Beautiful. And we'll release. Good. Let's just shake everything out. We're going to take a sun salute A to keep moving today. Keep our heat going. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, stepping back. Maybe lowering all the way down or taking another upward dog. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, back up. Downward dog. And we're going to take a rest here. Half dog or child's pose. And just swirl the wrists out because we got another one coming here on your shoulders. Sometimes it's nice in child's pose to come into the prayer shape or reach for that space between the shoulders. You get a nice tricep stretch. Good. Last breath out. And we'll release the arms. We're going to make our way back up into downward dog. And we'll finish off our sun salute. Stepping up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale. And we'll sweep all the way out and up. Good. So let's do one more standing, and then we're going to come on down into our arm balance. If you have your strap, let's bring it up to the top. We'll use that in a second. So let's take our right leg back for a chest opener. Lunging, high lunge, back heels off the mat. We're going to reach the arms forward so you can see, interlace your thumbs and make a diamond over your head. Bending the elbows out to the side as you pull on those thumbs. We're going to lift up and back. And you're just gonna see how this goes for you. The more you draw those elbows back, the bigger the chest opener. Squeeze the inner thighs together. One more big breath. Good, and release, reach forward, push off that back foot. Good, second side. Keeping our legs engaged. You can bend and straighten that front knee, find your balance. Taking that chest opener, hooking the thumbs, pulling the thumbs apart as you peek through that diamond, and then reach your chest forward, up and back. Opening the heart center. One more big breath. Really press down through both feet. We'll release your thumbs, reach forward. Good, and step back up. And let's just shake out the shoulders. All right, so as promised here, find your handy dandy strap. If you can, you're gonna tie it into a loop, and you don't have to use the strap. You guys have done this with me before, but we're gonna make that shoulder width loop, and you can slip it above the elbows, and we're gonna be taking downward dog. So this strap allows us to rotate those arms externally. You're pressing into the outer arms a little bit, but it shouldn't be painful. If it is, open up your loop. If you're not using a strap, do it energetically with the muscles, wrapping those outer arms towards the midline. So here, we're gonna come into downward dog and just feel that action in the arms. If you're ready to go a little more intensely, we'll try to bring both forearms down and both forearms back up at the same time. You can always do this in half dog with the knees on the mat. And that's gonna take the strain out. So holding that alignment. Good, let's do one more. I can see Andrea, good. And then let's go ahead and bring your elbows down. If the knees are down, come back up with straight legs. Really push the forearms down, lift the shoulders up, and reach your chest back. So that Panchamayurasana preparation. One more breath. And then we'll exhale, release. You can take your strap off, come into any child's pose that feels good. Good, and then just go ahead and come up to a seat so you can see me. So if that felt really supportive to keep your loop on, we'll put it back on for Dolphin. Dolphin's a little easier on the shoulders because you have more space to rotate. So we'll take Dolphin now with that same hugging into the midline with the outer arms. We are gonna do crow today, so these are preparations for crow. So the strap is very supportive for this. So if you're not using your strap, reach for the opposite elbows. Interlace your fingers and press those forearms down. We'll tuck the toes under, lift your hips up. And you could take the feet further in towards the elbows if you have that space. Head is easeful. If you want, you could take a leg up. Just being playful with your Dolphin. But really keeping an eye on the elbows, that they're not getting wider than your shoulders. Let's take one or two more breaths. If you're lifting a leg up, do your other side. Good, and then we'll exhale, knees to the mat. Let's just extend the arms because some of you have straps on. Rest. Good. So we had a little break on the wrist there. Let's look at one more before we get into our crow. So I was experimenting with this one last night with our handstand practice. We're only gonna do one-legged dog, don't worry. We're not doing handstands today. So taking that loop if you're using it, and all we're gonna practice is walking with the arms in and out of standing split. I'll show you what I'm talking about. So from your downward dog, we'll take your leg up And what tends to happen in handstand is the shoulders turn in. So maybe just start by lifting that bottom heel up, keep reaching through the top leg. If you want to go more into your split, practice walking the hands back towards your foot, not letting those elbows get wide, and then back out into one-legged dog. And we'll do that a couple times on both sides. So as we load up the shoulders in handstand, you feel that internal spiral because the stronger deltoids want to take over. So walking up and back or lifting your heel. Yeah. And you're just pacing yourself here, feeling that scissor of the legs in your standing split or just one-legged dog. Good. And that's your second side. Let's go ahead and come on down. Take a pause in child's pose or just have a seat, but we want to swirl the wrists out. Good. And we have options for this next pose. So go ahead and come on up so you can see. Some people love crow pose, so we're going to try it maybe with the strap on today, and some people do not love crow. So if you're done on your wrists, if your wrists are talking to you, you could keep your strap on and either do forearm plank pose. That's a good modification, or plank, taking a chaturanga, and the strap's going to come right onto the ribs, and you can only go about halfway down. So that's modifications, or crow. So that strap holds us in place. We come into a squat, knees up onto the upper arms, breathing out, looking forward, coming into your version of Bakasana, or forearm plank, or that chaturanga. Good. Just take a couple breaths. We'll swirl the wrists. This is our last one. I'm sure you're happy to know. Good. Maybe shake the hands. There you go, Andrea. I see you. Good. Using your core. Hugging those outer arms in. And then let's go ahead and take that strap off. Good. And we'll come back into table. We're going to stretch the wrists and then we'll stretch our shoulders. So let's turn the fingernail side of the right hand over, taking the back of the hand to the mat. And just press through that hand. And that's plenty right there. Yeah, I think they can see pretty good. Maybe I'll turn sideways so you guys can see. I'm trying to spread out my pinky and thumb. You're on this side of your hand. And let's release, change sides. Good. Trying to energize through all 5 fingers. When you're ready, we're going to try both, turning both hands over, and then just see if you can sit back on your heels. And ideally, the arms are straight, but they might bend. But feeling this one in the forearms and the wrists. Good. And then we'll release. And just swirl one wrist out at a time in table. And we're going to set up for thread the needle pose to open the shoulders. So taking an inhale, we'll reach that right arm up. Exhale, right arm under left. Taking any version, you could tuck the chin under, but really reach through this right arm today. And twist. You could take that top arm to the lower back. 2 more deep breaths out. Good. And then we'll come back into table. Let's re-extend that right arm one more time, opening the inner shoulder, and exhale, release. Second side. Breathing in, back bending, left arm up. Exhale, left arm under, right. And just notice if there's a difference. Try to keep those hips nice and high. Using the breath out to get a little bit more around. You could take that hand to the lower back. Good. And then we'll release. Come back into table. Re-extend that arm. and we'll lower. So I want to do one more here, prone. We're going to take hare pose. If that doesn't work for you, here's a modification. You can sit, hold the shins and move back. That does the same rhomboid stretch. So we're going to come into hare from table, move your hips to your heels, reach for your heels, tuck your chin under, and we're trying to open between the shoulders. Keep those hips nice and high. Scoop your belly. One more breath. Press those feet down. We'll exhale, release. Child's pose with your hands by. Good. And then we'll take your time. Bring your hands under your shoulders. Slowly press up. If you feel like a challenge today, we'll do pendant. Lifting one foot up or both, or just simply swing through, setting up for our turtle. So we're going to come into diamond. You can have your strap. We're going to do Gomukhasana in a minute, so have that close by. Taking your time, rock right side and lift up your side of the turtle shell, right leg up. Slip that right arm under towards your feet, or turn the arm all the way inward and reach that right hand for the back of the right hip. But let's do one side at a time. Press your leg down into your arm, opening that back of the right shoulder. Your head is like a heavy weight here.
Is anyone else not hearing her?
I can't hear. Yeah, I can't hear or see her. She was frozen for a while, and now I can't hear her.
Yeah,
frozen, and then we can't see her either.
I can see her now.
Oh, I can't see her.
Yeah,
it's just black on our end. We can see your picture.
I can see her because she's part of the whole group on the top.
Yeah.
If you
I don't have it set up as gallery view. Do you think if I set it up as gallery view, I can see her?
Yeah, probably.
But it shows that she's.
Yeah, I see her.
It shows she's muted.
On her. Oh, it didn't work.
Krissy, we can't hear you, and we can only see you little.
Krissy, we can't hear you.
Who's that?
That is Robin.
She's not getting it. Krissy, we can't hear you. We can't hear.
Can't hear.
There's Michelle.
We can't hear Michelle.
Well, that doesn't help.
Can you hear me now?
There you go.
Yes, yay.
Yes.
Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna
and you're back on screen. Yeah.
I didn't touch anything. Michelle didn't touch anything. The Zoom symbol came on and it was a white screen for a second, so something must have happened then.
Yeah.
Maybe we lost
Weird.
Wi-Fi or something. Okay, so back together. Let's take Gomukhasana. And really focus on just softening the shoulders. We're not pushing anymore. So if the hip position isn't right for you today, just focus on your shoulders. We're gonna take your strap into your left hand, if you're using that. Turn your hand to face the back of the room. And then really think long here in the tricep. You can even pull the arm up and rotate it externally. Elbow's gonna come behind your head. Right arm's gonna turn inward. Maybe just bringing your hand to your lower back or grabbing the strap or your hand, but let's soften the ribs. Pull those elbows apart. And I don't know about you all, but I'm feeling it more on that right internally rotated shoulder. So you might just stay here and breathe or start to come over. Listening and moving with ahimsa, non-harming, our yama. And then we'll slowly, if you're in the forward fold, we're gonna come on up. Good, release the strap and just, you can leave that strap down behind you. Roll your shoulders around. We're gonna take a side bend here. So let's start by reaching over to your right towards the top leg. Keep that left hip down and you can let the shoulder glide up and over. So you're feeling that lat stretch. And head is easy here. And side body stretches are calming, which we could all use these days. Yeah, so let's inhale, come on up. Second side, so let that shoulder blade glide on your back and move over. Pinning those hips down. Good. And we'll release, lifting up and over. We're gonna untie the legs, come right into your favorite boat. And you could row the boat. You could keep the knees bent if you need, or take the arms back up. We'll do 2 more breaths, feeling that nice strong core. Good, let's exhale, Baddha Konasana. We're gonna open the feet. Thumbs inside the balls of the feet. Exhale, head towards your feet. Reading your breath by breath, softening. And we'll gently release. Inhale, come on up. Good, second side. So we're gonna take any version with our on the mat. Holding the strap in your right hand, we'll do that lift and twist. See if you can get your elbow behind your head. Left arm's gonna turn in and reach behind you. Mix our cow horns. And then staying here, see if you can not arch through the rib cage. Close the front ribs, lift up, or come forward. You have some difference right to left. You can be more active if the side's looser. Good, and then release. We're gonna roll the shoulders out. Let's take an easy side bend to your left, thinking up and over. Good. And then we'll inhale, stay long as you lift up. Second side. And you just might have a little bit more movement here through the side body. Planting both hips, we'll inhale, come up. Excellent. Roll the shoulders. Let's undo the legs. You can just shake them out this time. Nice. So we're going to do one more eagle wrap, and then we're going to lay back, and we'll get into our bridge and closing sequence. So let's just take the right arm, just like what we did standing, but now no legs. Left arm's gonna come around, lift up, and then use your core here to scoop in. Rounding that upper back, stretching the shoulder blades apart. Big, big breath out. Squeeze the forearms. And then we'll inhale, come back up. You're gonna untie the arms, come into a cactus just to open the chest before we do our other side. Good, and then other side. Left arm up, right arm underneath. Squeeze and lift. Exhale, scoop in. Good, and we'll inhale, untie, take any movement, maybe just some circles or that cactus again or backstroke to open the chest. We're gonna end up down on your back. You probably won't need your strap anymore unless you like that for hamstring stretches. So pivot. Good, we did minimal core strengthening today. So let's try just one on the way down here. We'll bend the knees, round your back, hang back in that hair pose stretch again. And then we're gonna reach for the outside of the right leg, come down a little bit lower. Reach for the left outer leg, come down a little bit lower. We'll do one more. Right outer leg curling down, left outer leg curling down. And now you get to stretch out and open. Take your arms overhead, legs forward. Imagine you're doing a handstand on the wall behind you. So you can flex your wrists, flex your feet, pull your body long. Feel those back muscles active. And then we'll release, bring the arms back down by your side and just release your head. Turn your head side to side. And we'll set up for our bridge. So let's walk your heels in towards your hips. We're gonna come way up onto the tops of the shoulders. If your neck is healthy, you can keep those arms overhead, and that allows you to come up higher. If it doesn't feel good, keep your arms by your sides and really press through your arms. So we're gonna start to come up onto your feet and shoulders. Setu Bandhasana for 3 breaths. Looking into your own heart here, feeling that Jalandhara Bandha. Last breath, wherever you are, we're gonna lift the heels up. Strong hamstring, knees are reaching forward. Take your time and use your abdominal muscles to slowly curl down. Good, and then we'll bring the arms down. Let's go ahead and hug your knees in and just take any movement on your back. Maybe circling. Good. And then nice and easy, keep a hold of the right knee. Let's stretch that left leg all the way down. Right leg is gonna come up. You wanna work the core, you could do head to knee. But we're gonna move into our big twist here. So if the head's up, we'll bring shoulders and head back to the mat. Left hand to right foot, right arm open so we get this inner shoulder stretch. Lower the leg to your left. And that shoulder might peel up, but we're gonna breathe through this right hand. Yeah, and you could use your strap. You could always bend that top leg if you need to release your back. Keep reaching through those right fingertips. Good. Exhale, come back to the center. We'll switch hands. So same arm as leg. Open the leg to your right. Feel that inner hip nice and easy. We're actually gonna lower that leg down to the floor to your right side and then bring it down to meet the left. It'll be like a mile longer. Shake it out, and we'll do that same thing. Hug your left knee in. Maybe head to knee. Slowly extending into your hamstring stretch. Let's see if you can just be conscious of your shoulders here, relaxing them down as best you can. We'll take your right hand to the left foot and slowly cross that leg over the body. Reach the left arm out to the side. Good. Keep breathing into that lower back. And just feel heavy in your left shoulder. Beautiful. And we'll use your outer hip to help you lift back up. Press the abdominals into the floor. Switcheroo, left hand to left foot. Open the leg to the left. Yeah, just notice what's going on that lower back. You can scoop the tailbone down. Nice, easy hip. You're going to lower that left leg down to the floor and then bring it down. I'm out of space here at the wall. So you're going to lower that leg down to meet the right. Take any movement here in the hips and shoulders. That feels good. Might just open out into an X. Constructive rest pose might feel good on the shoulders. So that would be bending the knees, heels wide, knees in towards each other. Giving yourself a hug, reaching for the opposite shoulder, or just resting. And we'll just take a couple breaths here, segueing into our Shavasana. Wherever you are in your pose, feel energy moving like water through the shoulders and upper back, flowing out through the fingers. And feel free to stay in your shape, or if you'd like to open out into your Shavasana, take the time to transition. And as we're aware, we get weary from carrying the weight of the world in our shoulders and the muscles in the neck. Give yourself time to untie any knots in your mind's eye. Relax your jaw, neck, and tops of the shoulders. Visualize a golden sun shining out from your solar plexus, warming your belly, flowing into that heart space, and then see your heart glowing that bright spring green. Feeling healthy, vibrant, and open. And keep melting through the shoulders and upper back with your breath out. And if your arms are across the chest in constructive rest, just let them flow out to your sides. And start to twinkle your fingers. Imagine them like straws, drinking in prana, sending that energy back towards your heart. And start to swirl into your wrists and elbows. And then just take any exploratory movement. Imagine you're swimming through the air or water, moving through the shoulders, arms, maybe into your neck, opening the chest. Eventually we'll come over to your side and up to a seat, the way we started. And just notice your posture. Maybe there's a little bit more space to breathe and sit up straight. And then doing our before and after, see what shifted and been transformed. And we'll close with the palms together in our lotus bud mudra. Om Mani Padme Hum. Compassion to all sentient beings. Shanti. Peace. Namaste. Thank you.